So seriously that the House is working late into the night so that they don't have to be in the Capitol tomorrow, March 4th. That's the date that the conspiracy theorists like QAnon, they are obsessed with that date. They are convinced that Donald Trump will be inaugurated again. Folks, this is where we live right now. You have one side who is trying to live in reality, is living in reality, and you have another side who just is believing in conspiracy theories, who doesn't understand what's happening in their own party, who is catering to QAnon people and liars. That's the truth. Only one side is doing that. The FBI and Homeland Security warning about increasing chatter from extremists about possible plots. That as we have new details tonight about just what went so horribly wrong on January 6th. And what we're learning is really pretty shocking. It took 3 hours and 19 minutes from the first call from the Capitol Police to get the D.C. National Guard to the Capitol, where rioters were running wild.
At 1:49 p.m., I received a frantic call from then Chief of United States Capitol Police Stephen Son, where he informed me that the security perimeter of the United States Capitol had been breached by hostile rioters. Chief Son, his voice cracking with emotion, indicated that there was a dire emergency at the Capitol, and he requested the immediate assistance of as many available National Guardsmen that I could muster. Immediately after that 149 call, I alerted the U.S. Army senior leadership of the request.
Do you have to hear? How much more evidence do you need in order to accept the truth? The National Guard commander testifying that he had 155 guardsmen ready to go. But a memo one day before the riot said that he had to get approval from the Secretary of Army and the Secretary of Defense.
We dialed in trying to get the Secretary of the Army on the call, but he wasn't available.
He wasn't available? He wasn't available. While rioters were allowed to run rampant, he wasn't available. While guardsmen were sitting on buses ready to go.
We put guardsmen on buses. We brought them inside the armory so nobody would see them putting on the equipment and getting on the buses, and then we just waited to get the approval.
They waited. And they waited. And they waited. All of this, them waiting while rioters were breaking down doors and storming the Capitol. It took more, that pause that I just gave you, this is like 10 seconds. But imagine 3 hours. It took more than 3 hours to deploy the National Guard. 3 hours. Look what happened in the 10 seconds there. How many people got into that Capitol? 3 hours while police were attacked, crushed indoors. 3 hours while officers tried to fight back, completely outnumbered. 3 hours, outrageous. And let's remember, all of that, the riot, the violence, the death and destruction, it all happened because of the big lie. The big lie. And incredibly, one of the people whose life was threatened that day is still doubling down on the big lie today. Mike Pence, incredibly writing an op-ed on a conservative website pushing the bogus charge that there were, his words, significant voting irregularities in the last election. There were no significant voting irregularities, people. Stop falling for this bull crap. No, it wasn't. Didn't happen. I know you wanted to. Didn't happen. There weren't. No matter how many times the former president's enablers say it, it is not true. Just yesterday, Trump's handpicked FBI director testified there's absolutely no evidence of voter fraud that could have changed the outcome of the election. No evidence. None. His attorney general, the one that carried so much water for the former president, said the exact same thing. But Mike Pence, remember they wanted to hang him, right? He's so enthralled to this disgraced, twice impeached, one-term former president that he is still supporting that big lie. The big lie that nearly got him killed. Mike Pence knows that that was a lie, that he knows. And they were saying, hang Mike Pence. Jeez. The big lie that incited those writers to put up, see a gallows? They wanted to hang you, Mike Pence, for something that you know is a lie. Pence and his family escaping just a minute before rioters charged up the stairs. As hero Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman distracted them. There he is, distracting them from Mike Pence, who's now putting out some crap about a stolen election or irregularities. Come on, Mike Pence. Do you care about power that much? I guess you do. I shouldn't even ask that question. Shouldn't waste my time. All that, and Mike Pence is still sucking up to his former boss. Have you not debased yourself enough for that, man? Not only were Pence and his family in mortal danger, those hero officers, police officers, like Eugene Goodman, they were in danger as well. And let's remember, Donald Trump didn't even call Mike Pence during the riot to find out if he and his family were okay. Instead, he tweeted, before he was permanently banned from Twitter for his lies, tweeted an attack on his own vice president. But all that is okay with Mike Pence now. Fine with the big lie, fine with his life being in danger. He's fine with voter suppression. He's gambled his integrity away. Might as well put it all on red right now, right? Might as well ride it out. Ride it like a cowboy. He's not the only one. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says that he'd support Trump. He'd do it in 2024.
Real quickly, Donald Trump is the 24 nominee for Republicans. Would you support him?
Absolutely. I'm going to support the nominee. As I said again, I work very hard for the president.
These people, man, right? He'd support Trump. The reason I say these people and I scratch my head because look at your screen. The man who called him a fool and a clown. The man who demanded that he resign. The man who vowed to campaign against him, who retweeted a lawyer who said Kemp should go to jail. Governor Kemp and his family were threatened by Trump-supporting conspiracy theorists. But he's all in with Trump. What is... I mean, what does he have on or over, or what is going on with you people where you have to debase yourself for someone like Donald Trump? The guy whose only success was a reality TV show that someone else wrote? Kemp, like Mike Pence, tied themselves to Trump, and nothing is going to make them let go. I want you to just listen to Mitch McConnell, claiming that he didn't watch the former president's speech over the weekend. Remember when the GOP line was, we don't read his tweets? Now McConnell says his party is not looking to the past.